Hello Libra, and welcome to your March reading. So I meditated on your energy, laid down the cards, and this month I'm using also an old deck I have of major arcanas, and here for you I picked, whoops, it's upside down, the Hangman. So this is going to represent a bit what we are going to talk about for this month. So that tells me that this month there is going to be a time, maybe a period where not much is happening. Or for some of you, a period where maybe there you're going to have to let go of something. The Hangman often calls of sacrifice. It can be sacrifice of something physical or something more in the realm of beliefs, thoughts. If you can see on this image, he has two bags in his hands under his arms there, and some little balls are falling down. Some are blue, some are red. So some are more of the physical aspects, and some are more of the thought process, air. So we're gonna see, for some of you it's all going to be different for all of you. And here on these decks you have an Hebrew letter in the corner here, and that is Taf. Taf means the palm, and that's the same principle of receiving and also letting go. It is through the palm that we receive. It can be receiving spiritual knowledge or receiving something per se, you know. We're receiving something in our palm, like a crystal. But if I want something else, I'm going to have to let it go in order to present my hand again to the divine to receive. So let's see what it's going to be about. First card that came out was the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. So that tells me that this is something that has been taking a long process. Knight of Pentacles, the almost stopped knight. Very thorough. You've been bringing this for a while. And now this month, see here, we have the Two of Pentacles. So here you've been bringing this for a while, and there we arrive at the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, you see, those pentacles are stuck in a loop here. This is the juggler. There's this thing that is coming. This is a bit like the dance of Shiva, that will ask of you to let go in order to receive again. A bit like the Hangman is doing. But for that, you will need this kind of pause to try and get the illumination, the understanding, by looking at it from a different perspective of gaining, transforming, and not losing per se. You know, if I invest in stock market, since it's the stock market of the universe, you know it's gonna pay. But if it asks of me to invest $100, I will not see as I'm losing $100. I am investing in something that is going to bring me much more. This is a bit the Hangman thing. Until I see it like that, it's gonna feel like a sacrifice. But as long as you hold on to the two, the new thing that is coming and the old thing that you've been dragging for so long, your emotions are going to be up and down, preventing you from receiving your dues. Those ships in the back that you see in the waves, they cannot come to shore and empty their bellies. So you're not receiving anything. There's this kind of a hold. The Hangman, the hold. But after that, Wheel of Fortune. So that's where my analogy of the investment comes. This is going to pay off. So what is under our Knight of Pentacles? What have you been slowly bringing, carrying, and bringing forward? Now I have another two of Swords, because yes, this is an inner decision that you are going to have to let go. You cannot keep the two. Cannot keep the two Pentacles, cannot keep the two Swords. We cannot be in a paradox. We cannot hold on to grudges and at the same time celebrate and be happy. We'll always be switching from one to another. So here, what they gave with that is the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So it is something you've been carrying, holding on your shoulders like a baggage that even is blocking your vision and that is not serving you emotionally anymore. You know you have to leave it behind. When you arrive in the month, you know you have to take that decision. And it's almost like the universe is gonna just stop everything until you do. And so what comes after, under our decision, we have the 9 of Swords and the Pope. And the Pope does make decisions. He holds the keys here. I don't know if you can see, there are 2 keys. He's the one that elects or banishes. He uses discernment for that. Discernment and spirituality, which in his realm becomes morality. He's the counterpart of the High Priestess. So there's a lot of anxiety around that. You don't know what, you're holding you up. Letting go of this is not something easy for you. It's a decision you have to take, but it brings anxiety for you and emotionals up and down. But after that, under our Wheel of Fortune, I have the Lovers. So that is an inspired decision that is going to have an impact on your life for years to come. It is brought by the divine. There's an angel here. It's Gabrielle. And it calls for our feminine. She looks at the angel to be inspired by higher than us. The masculine is looking at the feminine, so his actions are inspired by what she can transmit. That's why the tree of all of his consciousness is all lit up, not just the first survival one, and the fruits also on the female side. It's like the fruit of life and knowledge of the Garden of Eden. So, and here you have the mountain. It is an ascension process. So this choice is being brought to you to rise you. Whatever you've been carrying and holding on your shoulders, and you have to make a decision about, it has to do maybe with childhood for some of you. 6 of Cups. It has to do with the heart chakra. It has to do to that feeling of giving and receiving with no expectation, with just the joy of giving and the joy of receiving. It's that purity of the heart chakra. That's why there's like children in there. There's no Machiavellic plans. When they receive a gift, they're just happy. They're not thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna have to give my parents something. And when they give something, they just want to give it, and it makes them happy just to give it. That's why it's often childhood, but it is associated, for me, all the 6s are Tiferet, the heart chakra. So in the Tree of Life. So here, it has to do with the heart chakra. It can come from your childhood, things you've been carrying for so long, and now the universe is asking you, in order for you to continue your path here, you're going to have to let that go, because it's bringing you anxiety. You're going to have to understand that this is not your only reality. The Pope. Use that discernment, that yoke to spirituality to make that decision. See, the mudra he makes here means all you see is not all there is. Under that, we have the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. So that tells me, Queen of Wands, it's your willpower. It has to do with your willpower. Queen of Wands and Six of Wands, this is Jupiter in Leo, solar plexus like hell, but located in the heart chakra. And that's why there's the, see, the crown of the world on his head, on the wand. The horse is white. It is purified. It is a purified ego. So it might be a purification of the ego. Things you've been carrying for so long that now will need to be purified. So, and like I was saying, for some of you it's going to be old grudges or beliefs or actions that people made, things that you think you need to carry. I want this, I want that, but it's asking you to let go of it. To bring, it's almost asking you to bring all of that, take whatever was in the past, bring it in with your willpower, your consciousness, into your heart chakra to purify it. And then after, we have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. There's a beautiful release. So here we have something we hold on to. The Hangman is going to ask us to bring that into our heart chakra. This is like an alchemist process, alchemy process of the great work, the royal path of alchemy, which is to find a philosophical stone, but you can do it inside of you. And it's to take agitations, you know, and like that can be events from the past, things that are not comfortable, that needs to end, it's finished, to bring them here in the heart to be purified. This is what is happening. Grounded, concentrated, and then released. And the release is like a 10 of cups. Whew. Now our emotions that we have to leave behind, that were just heavy on our shoulders, are evaporated with our fire, with the fire of our heart, of the Christic heart, you know, the flaming heart. And so what does vapor do? Little gootlets in this here with the sun, it makes a rainbow. 10 of cups, purified emotions. Queen of Swords, that is that clear decision, seeing clearly in front of us, because we have transformed whatever was in the past into wisdom. And here, Empress, we are resonating, vibrating to the level of the Empress. So that process is going to put you back in, put you in your power. If you never were, it's going to put you in your power. If you were before, but by carrying this, you kind of lost it, it's going to put you back in your power. Back in your power of creation. Back in your power, or in your power of abundance, of inspiration, of love, unconditional love, the Empress, the divine feminine ruled by Venus. So here we have like 3 major arcanas here. And the Pope in the middle. A decision out of discernment. And this, if this is spiritual work, this is something that you've been doing for a long time, maybe healing past wounds, you know. But this month, there is going to be that sacrifice will be to kind of let them go, so that you can receive a higher vibration. Let's clarify this. for Libra. Libra for the month of March. Libra for the month of March. Okay, Knight of Pentacle. Why is the Knight of Pentacle here for Libras? Why is the Knight of Pentacle here for Libras? Two of Cups. And there's the Two of Cups in this deck. It's very nice. It's a mother and a child under the water. We could be talking about your inner child also here. For some of you, it's the working you've been doing on your inner child. Since we finished with the Empress, it's that unconditional love. We get it from our mother. It can be the mirrors you had in your life of unconditional love could have been affecting you as long as you carried these things. Now it's going to be time to let go of it. Show me the Two of Pentacle. And here I have the High Priestess and the Pope. High Priestess, High Priest, Papess, Pope, with the Page of Sword. So there's an understanding here. There's an understanding that you are getting from your the High Priestess. It's that knowledge that hasn't been written, because it comes, it's like that cosmic intelligence. That's what our soul is telling us. There's an information here. You get a truth. That illumination of the Hangman, it will come from your soul, and that will ask of you to let go of, it can be letting go of a concept of what is a relationship, because the concept the way it is not serving you anymore. It can be like I said, old baggages and things like that. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune, and from that understanding, the Page of Swords has that sword in his hand. He got an understanding, a spiritual understanding in this case. And as long as you hold your old way of thinking and the new one, you will have like an emotional up and down here happening. But once you get that understanding, and we know that on the Wheel of Fortune there's a Sphinx here with a sword, and he's the one that decides if you are going to repeat the same thing with different faces, or you are going to rise. Wheel of Fortune. Or go down to relearn a lesson. So, Wheel of Fortune for Libra. Wheel of Fortune for Libra. And I have the Queen of Pentacle. Now the Queen of Pentacles, she's many things. But she is a mother. She is, you see her with children in this. She's a mother, but she's the one that allows abundance, knows that she's got what it takes to make it. She can, feed 20 people with just what she has. She has that magic in her. She's the committed queen and all of that. It's the one sitting on the throne with long-term stability. So here, Wheel of Fortune, there is going to be a change in that. So if some of you never really had good relationship, and when I say good relationship, you could be married for 20 years but never really connect with your husband. It's like the routine and all of that. There's a change that is going to be happening on that level. And for that, it's going to arrive from a spiritual understanding, and it's going to ask of you to kind of let go of something, could be whatever from the past, so that you can purify these emotions in your heart, in the flames of your heart chakra, and rise with your husband at a new level. And the ones of you that are single, we're talking about the same thing, so that you can manifest a relationship where there's engagement, stability, and all of that. Let's look at the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. So there's that decision. You arrive with that at the beginning of the month. So that's probably something that's been brewing for a while inside of you. But this month, you can make the transition if you want, if this resonates with you. Oh, all right. 6 of Cups. There you go. So 6 of Cups, exactly like the card that is under here. So what I was talking about, the heart chakra, you've been carrying this in your heart. It is coming from the past. And now that stuff from the past, you have to make the decision to let it go. Show me because it's bringing you anyway anxiety and all of that, you know. At one point, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? The Pope. What is the reality you want to have? What is important? The Lovers. So, Lovers here, Lovers here. It is a decision that you are going to put in action in what you engage yourself in, your discernment and all of that in the 3D world from a spiritual understanding that you will get. Now show me that Lovers. Three of Wands. It is so that you can start receiving your ships. 3 of Wands, it's after the decisions that we have taken. 2 of Wands. You have the 3 of Wands where you see the guy looking outward and you see his boats coming in from his decisions. It's our view on life. We're starting to receive. And here the Lovers. That tells me that you are actually going to start to receive from that decision. It is opening up your capacity to receive, which before those boats could not come to shore. Now they will be able to. It's expectations and things like that. Your expectations might be different also. 6 of Cups. 9 of Cups. This is all about, see, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. By going into your heart chakra here, you are going to get that emotional contentment, that wish, you know? Because here I see like the process going like this. Sometimes it goes like that, but now it's really literal. that decision. You go into your heart chakra here, you make that decision, letting go of what no longer serves you and which is just heavy on your shoulders, using that higher inspired decision, this way cutting out all the anxiety and the juggling happening from understanding, moving the wheel of fortune because of that, and therefore what is coming towards you will be different. A wish from the heart, from the new purified heart. Ace of coin. There's the Ace of coin. So Ace of coin with our Queen of wands and Six of wands. Here the ego is rebalanced. You come back from war, and now you are attracting something solid and real. One pentacle. Did I say Ace of wands? I meant Ace of pentacle. I'm sorry. You are attracting one pentacle. Here you had two pentacles. You do that decision, now you have one pentacle. There's something you are letting go of. And now here are Empress, Queen of Swords, and Ten of Cups. Eight of Cups, there it is. So that's kind of, you know, it is done. What is here? Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. This is actually moving and changing. And here I have the King of Swords. That's interesting. That's you and King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So what the feeling of not being satisfied, like nothing is fulfilling you and all of that, is going to Wheel of Fortune change. It's going to bring you something solid that you know you have what it takes to make it, bringing you to the vibration of the Empress. And here I have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. This is your masculine and your feminine. Here the King of Swords just killed this kind of beast here in the back. I don't know if you had time to see it. So I think that what you were holding on since your childhood maybe was your beast. Now it is dead. That dragon, salamander dragon kind of thing. Now it is dead. You're clear in your mind. This is you, Libra, air. Your feminine and your masculine are at their highest. And that is actually going to change the condition of that. If ever this will resonate to you, if you've been carrying this unsatisfaction feeling for such a long time, whether in your relationship, in your work, or whatever, but it came from disappointments or whatever you've been carrying from your past for so long. Some of you, it's all the way back to the childhood. Others of you, it's from a past relationship or whatever. There's some of you that you are dealing with the feminine, the mother. Something maybe never gave you the emotional fulfillment you needed. This is changing because you are transforming all of that into wisdom, and you are now clear in your mind. That feeling is going to change, giving you that solidity. Also, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, that groundedness, that inner knowledge of your value, of your worth, and what you can accomplish. That commitment towards yourself and what you can bring to the world. Your outlook in life will be elevated from that decision, from the sacrifice of letting that go in the past. So Libra, I don't know how I'm gonna call this, but yeah, it is a very important inner decision. Inner decision, I'm gonna call it like that. So on this, I'm gonna wish you a beautiful month of March. Celebrate the spring equinox and the life coming back, because it is coming back into your life. You have that rebirth happening here. And thank you for all your comments and shares, and watching the videos, thumbs up and all of that. It helps to grow the channel. Thank you for the ones of you that gave donations. It helps more than you think, and I do that special ceremony to give you back every new moon and full moon. And you can watch your ascendant, Venus and moon sign to have a bigger, better picture of what is happening for you this month. And on this, private readings, the description is below. So on this, I'm gonna wish you love and light for the month of March, and see you next month. All right.